Hello, this is Timberlake Chemistry, Chapter 8 on chemical reactions, and this is 8.2, Balancing a Chemical Reaction. We've seen this before somewhat, and that is that when you have a reaction, you are breaking apart molecule bonds and then reforming new bonds. So think of it as a box of Legos where you say you might have a bunch of blocks put together in threes, and you take all of them apart and reconfigure them in twos. Okay, so if I have two sets of three, I can take all of them apart, have 6 blocks, and then make 3 sets of 2 out of it. Okay, so 2 sets of 3 and 3 sets of 2 is the same number of blocks, and that's what you're doing in a balanced equation. You want the same amount of matter on one side or the other, and you have to configure it back and forth, changing it until you get exactly the same combination that can give you all the multiples that you're looking for. Okay. At the bottom, you've got a picture of methane gas, CH4, burning in oxygen to give you carbon dioxide and water. Anything that burns is going to give you carbon dioxide and water. So you're going to see that the C and the H and the 4 are all going to pull apart, and then your O2 is going to pull apart. Okay. Two of your oxygens are going to join with a carbon, and then the 4 hydrogens are going to pull apart and go into 2 sets of H2. So you really need to think like Legos. That's exactly what's happening. All of them pull apart. There's energy released. You can see that this methane gas is burning. Okay, energy is being released. And then it's not just matter changing configurations. It's also energy that's configuring. And so that's what we're doing today. So here's a first example. Select the correct number of atoms each element of the following balanced equation. Okay. All right. So you've got, on this side, you've got 3 irons. And I've got 3 irons. I've got 4 oxygens and 4 oxygens. See what I did? That coefficient multiplies by the H2, giving you 8 H's, and it multiplies by the O, giving you 4 O's. So I've got 4 oxygens on both sides. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 2 is 8. So the total number of H atoms is going to be 8, and then at the end of the reaction, it's still 8. And so do you see that it's not that you've got these plus these, the left turns into the right. So that's all you've got. You either have the left configuration or the right. You don't have twice as much because you'd have to make more matter that way. So the total number is 2 times 4 is 8. How about the total number of oxygens? Well, we're only working with 4, and at the end we also have 4, so that means we have 4. How about the total number of iron? There's 3 at the beginning, 3 at the end. Balance each equation and list the coefficients in the balance equation going from reactants to products. All right, so I have magnesium plus nitrogen gas yields magnesium nitride. All right, so I don't have any hydrogens or oxygens. That I usually do that last, so I'm just going to start on the left. I've got magnesium 1 on the left, but over here I've got 3 on the right. So I'm going to put a 3 in the front. Okay, so I have 3 magnesiums, 3 magnesiums. I've got 2 nitrogens and 2 nitrogens. So they're already balanced. So I'm just going to leave that as a 1, and that is a 1, and there is my balanced equation, 3, 1, 1. Okay, let's do aluminum plus chlorine gas yields aluminum chloride, or aluminum chloride. So I've got 1 aluminum and 1 aluminum. So that's already balanced. I'm going to put a 1 here and a 1 here. Now I've got 1 times 3. But over here, I've got 2. That's not good, because I need for 2 and 3 to both be on the same amount on both sides. So I need the multiple. That means I've got to have 3 of those 2s and then 2 of those 3s. Well, that messed up my aluminum. Okay, so now on the right, I've got 2 aluminums. That means I have to have 2 aluminums on the left. So I changed that. So now it's 2, 3, 2. And there's mine. Now, do you see that I didn't make a mistake when I put 1 and 1? That is what you would normally do as you're thinking through. You try to make it balanced, and then the other thing messes it up, and you have to just keep going from there. All right? Nice, easy lesson. This is not an easy section. I'm just giving you one step at a time, and I hope you're doing all right.